Hello and welcome to the training video series for Sound POS. Today we're going to be going over the reporting features of Sound POS. So for that, my name is Cesar Rivas. I am the National Sales Executive for Sound POS, and we're going to go right into the jump right into this. We're going to go through the reseller web portal. This is my demo reseller web portal, and today we're going to choose a convenience store that I've got on here, a demo convenience store. It's called Micromart. I'm going to go ahead and log into the store as if I were the store owner. All right. And first area where you can find a report is obviously under your product catalog. You can actually export your whole inventory here if you'd like. All of them. You can also import or export by sales. All right. So let's say on here we have all of the products. Let me go ahead and choose a store, even though I am within the store, in case I'm a merchant that's got multiple stores here. So just to show you the what the inventory report would look like here. Bear with me 1 second. And there we go. Okay. So you've got your whole inventory. And you can have items for which you keep track of inventory and items for which you don't. Okay. So these you don't keep track of inventory. Then you can actually put filters on here if you want to only look at the items for which you do keep inventory. Just go in here, keep put a filter on here, right? And then you can go back and say, hey, you know what? I only want to see the items for which I do manage inventory. Okay, and only those items are going to show up here now. All right, so it's one report you can pull up from your product catalog here. All right, another report you can pull from your product catalog would be your inventory sales details. Okay, and you can choose, the last 30 days, 90 days. Okay, so let's take a look at that report here. Okay, so it gives you, the quantity adjustment here in case you did make any adjustments on here, and quantity that were sold. Okay, so as you can see, there's an adjustment here of 10 and 25. This means that they received inventory and we actually increased the total inventory. All right, if you want to see the inventory sales totals, also let me go ahead and pull that one here, and we'll go 90 days, export. Like, really haven't had a lot of movement with this store recently. That's why you don't see a lot of stuff here. But it tells you as you're adding, sales or adjusting your inventory in any way using your adjustment feature, it'll tell you what your current stock is. All right. All right. But the bulk of your reports are actually listed on the reports catalog here. Got a couple of different kinds of reports, and transactions would probably be your main area that you're going to look at. But before we go into that, let's take a look at another couple of areas. First, your best sellers. So we're going to choose again, in case this merchant has multiple stores. We're going to go back to July, where we had a lot of activity for this store, and look at a 90-day report, July to September, the end of September here. Okay, and you can see on here all of your best sellers. Okay, listed on here. Okay, you can also look at your low stock report. And this is going to be always up to the moment. All right, you can look at products never purchased, and again, we can go back for the July to September quarter here, July 1st, okay, to the end of September 29th. You can see the products that are never purchased here. Okay, and then if you do email reports, which I don't, but you have to have an email, registered emails on here. Well, again, I got to select the store, and then you can see the email list on here. Okay. All right, but the bulk of your reports are all going to be listed here are the transactions. So this is some sort of a dashboard for your reports. And again, I'm going to go back to that second quarter or third quarter of the year, July 1st through September 29th. I had more activity on here, and go ahead and do a search query. You can see the total sales. Okay, if there were tips on there, any surcharges and things like that. And the nice thing about this dashboard here is you can actually go in and look at the transaction. If you need to pull a copy of the receipt, you've got it available right here. And their receipts are listed or saved in PDF format. There's not a link, it's an actual copy of the receipt, the printed receipt that you see on here. Okay. Just go back here. You can see in detail what the order was. Okay. And you know what form of payment was utilized. Okay. But again, this is more of a dashboard. The bulk of your reports are going to be listed here on the export button. And you've got two versions for each one of those. So you've got your transaction reports, your payments, categories, customer, employee, tax, and tips. And then you've got your detail and totals for each one of these. So just to show you, at least for one version of these, what your transaction detail reports will look like. All right. Within 90 days. So got to go back to something a little bit more recent. So we're going to do September 28th through November 15th. Okay. Do that here. We'll download that to your transaction detail report. And then it'll show you everything per transaction that was done, whether it generated or not any revenue. Okay, so you can see this is a hot dog, so some of the toppings and things like that are listed on here. Okay, but if you want to see something, if you want to see something a little bit more more summarized, okay, you can actually pull then your transaction totals report, and it'll be a single line item per transaction. Still gives you some detail as far as what was purchased, not the items, but the charges. All right. And if you need to see a version of these reports that cannot be modified, then you've got the same reports under your PDF format. Okay, so looking at this one here, this is a detailed report. Then if you want to look at the totals, again, now you can email this to somebody if you'd like. And it'll be a single line item like you saw with the Excel file. Right, with that, then that'll show you the primary usage of the report function. And of course, you've got then some reports that are on the actual terminal. Okay, let me go ahead and log in here. Now, this set of reports are a little bit different. Okay, because these are reports that obviously, and for that, let's go ahead and look at the terminal list here. These are reports that are going to be printed out on the terminal itself. Okay, so we're going to go to an E700 that I'm going to be using here. So I can share the screen. Okay, where's my E700 here? All right, and I'm going to go ahead and do Air Viewer so you can view that. 1 second while it connects here. All right, and I'm going to log into my, well, first of all, share my screen for my E700. Okay, so you can view it. Maybe I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Just zoom in here. Okay, that should be good. All right, so I'm going to log in to the admin since I've got the greater number of reports here. Did I get the right password? There we go. All right, so you've got your reports are listed here. And again, you know, these are going to be a little different because these are not reports that you're going to export in Excel format. These are reports you're going to utilize your actual printer. So you can look at your transaction report. And again, I haven't done anything recent for this store, but I can go back. Let me go back a little bit further here. See if it allows me to go back. Yes. Go back towards the beginning of August here. Okay, let's do a search here. Said I really haven't done a lot of transactions here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you do have your transactions here. All right, so again, if you want to, you can email this report or you can print it out here, but it's going to utilize the the built-in printer, okay, your thermal printer. So just a series of different reports that you have other than the ones that you have on your web portal. All right. So with that, we're going to go ahead and conclude today's demonstration on the reports.